Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're already a supporter and subscriber of my channel, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all of your support. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, such as bourbons, rye, American style whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're interested in contributing or supporting the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which I'll have linked in the description below. So today from Old Carter Whiskey Company, we have their 12-year age-stated American-style whiskey. But before we get into the review, roll that intro. So today from Old Carter Whiskey Company, I have their 12-year age-stated American-style whiskey. This is going to come in at 134.9 proof or 67.45% ABV. So a fairly hefty whiskey from a proof standpoint. Again, this is age-stated 12 years, so we know that the minimum age of this whiskey will be 12 years. There could be potentially older whiskey, but with it age stated as 12 years, we know that it's a minimum of 12 years. MSRP on this is right around that $180 range. I believe this was a Kentucky only release, so the difficulty factor in obtaining a bottle of this is definitely there. However, it's something I was able to get some samples from both Mark and Sherry Carter. So thank you very much for providing the samples to do the review of today. So before I get into the review, generally what I like to try to do is we'll go through the appearance, we'll go through the nosing, the tasting, the palate, the finish, and then really any other kind of general information from there. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get into the review. So as you can see, a really nice kind of deep, dark amber, mahogany type of color. We know with it being a minimum of 12 years, you know, it's rested in some barrels for enough time and has really picked up some nice color from those barrels. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll get into the nose here. Oh boy. Right away, it's very, very intense. And even at 134.9 proof, there's really not a lot of, ethanol or heat kind of coming out of that. So even getting down in there, I wasn't getting a lot of that. Now, I was able to let this kind of open up. I let this sit out for probably about 30 minutes. So it has had a chance to kind of breathe a little bit. So, boy, but right away, very intense, like a creme brulee. A little bit of cinnamon there. Oak is definitely present. A little bit of nuttiness to it, some leather kind of note there. That vanilla cream, it's very nice and sweet, blended with that oak. It's really, really nice nose. Again, that leather is there. Even a bit of like a toasted marshmallow of some sort. It's a kind of a sweeter nose. Not overly sweet, balanced with the oak presence that's there. Yeah, really nice nose, just intense, but I'm really amazed at the lack of kind of alcohol coming off of that. And maybe just the time it's sitting out has really kind of allowed some of those vapors to leave the glass as well. But even with it being that high a proof, you'd still expect for there to be something on the nose, but not much. So, all right, so let's go ahead and we'll get into the tasting. Cheers. So with this, the 134.9 proof does start to come through a little bit more on the palate. However, it's still not drinking that hot. It's probably something, if you were to guess, more in the 110 110, 115 type of range, which is still, you know, very high proof, but this does not drink that hot. So let's get another taste, and we'll see kind of where we go. So right off the bat, again, you get hit with a little bit of that heat, and then that settles into a really nice oak with some vanilla presence there. The dark fruit, so you're getting a lot of those like kind of plum, dark cherry type of characteristics. It's a great mouthfeel, nice and creamy, coats the mouth extremely well. Yeah, those dark fruits combined with the vanilla and the oak, very, very nice. Bit of that leather that I was getting on the nose as well before. A little bit dry, not overly dry. Leaves it really kind of coats the mouth very, very well. So the mid to the back of the palate, you really get hit with this just intense flavor, like a concentrate of some sort. Very, very nice. You know, something that would be nice to just sit down on a cold night. The Midwest here, it's extremely cold at this time of year. But, you know, not a lot of, you know, Kentucky hug, so to speak, to that. It lets you know that there's some proof there, but not 134 proof wise. Very, very nice whiskey. Yeah, just those dark fruits. And actually, the more I kind of have talked a little bit, I start to pick up even like a little bit more of a chocolatey type of note, but that toasted, I'm going to say marshmallow, like I was getting kind of on the nose, starts to kind of come through, a little bit of sweetness. As the finish begins to develop, I'd say you start to pick out more of those leathers with a little bit of the vanilla cream. The dark fruits are definitely present. Still a little bit of heat on it, but it's very well balanced. I mean, it's just a fantastic, you know, high proof whiskey. So if it's something that you really enjoy regarding, you know, high proof, full flavored, I mean, these are starting to get into the categories of, you know, like the George T. Staggs, you know, things along those lines that are very high proof, even Stag Junior, things like that, that are very full flavored, full bodied. And this is really, you know, kind of falls into that category. Absolutely fantastic whiskey. It would be something I would recommend. I mean, I've got a couple of bottles, and it's just absolutely a fantastic whiskey. So I would encourage you, if you're able to get a bottle, to do so. I don't think you'll regret it at all. But fantastic whiskey. And again, finish wise on this, you know, long. It's really nice and long. Lets you know, you know, it's there. The vanilla cream, the oak that's there, those dark fruits just kind of linger and just stay on the palate. Starts to dry out a little bit more than it was before, but really, really nice whiskey. So again, Old Carter Whiskey Company. If you can, again, find something, go ahead and, you know, pick up a bottle. Don't hesitate whatsoever. So with that being said, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. That's going to, again, alert you to when I'm doing new uploads, live streams, things along those lines. Again, if you want to support the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which again, I'll have linked in the description below. That's all greatly appreciated. So with that being said, like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.